Hello Year 6 and welcome to Wednesday the 20th of January, and in today's maths lesson you are going to be finding the equivalent fraction, decimal and percentage. So you're going to be using all of your knowledge from last week when we were looking at fractions and decimals and then linking that to percentages for this week. So let's have a go at warming our brains up. So the first question we have got, what percentage of the 100 square is shaded? So I can see that I have got, there we go, this is what I want. I have got 10 already shaded in there, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So percentage of that 100 square would be 16%, because there are 16, and that links on to our next question. 16 squares are shaded out of 100. Okay, so always remember that percentage means out of 100. Okay, number 2 then. What percentage of the bar model is shaded? Now I can see that this bar model is split up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is split up into tenths. So I don't know why I've got capital letters there. Tenths. So I know that that can't be 1. That has got to be 10, because if we're looking at percentage is out of 100, so it would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now that tenth isn't all shaded in, it's half shaded in, so it would be 85%. What fraction of the bar model is shaded? So again, percentage means out of 100, so the fraction would be 85 out of 100. Okay, so let's recap then. So we can see on the screen that 1/100th of that 100 square has been shaded in. We can write that as a fraction, 1 over 100, which is a decimal is 0.01, which is a percentage is 1%. Okay, now here we have got 10 hundredths that are shaded in. So that would equal 10 over 100. We can cancel out that 0 from the 10 and the 0 of the 100, which would equal 1/10. And there again, that just shows that would equal 1/10, which is 0.1, which is the same as 10%. Okay? Always remember that percentage is out of 100. So if there is only 1 shaded in, it's just 1%. Whereas 10 have been shaded in, so it's 10%. Okay, so here we have got a conversion line for you to see. So we've got this fraction here, 56 hundredths. Okay, so we've got 56 out of 100, so straight away we can find the percentage, which is 56%. Now to find the decimal, we know that after 100 has got 2 zeros. So after our decimal point, we need to put 2 numbers, and luckily our numerator just there is 56. So as a decimal, we have got 0.56, 5/10 and 6/100. So let's have a look here then. We've got our percentage of 97%. Now I know I can fill this in straight away because 97 parts out of 100, and percentage means out of 100. That would be really easy then to fit in our decimal number, which would be 0.97. Okay, the number is not changing. We know that it's 97 because we've got 2 numbers on 2 zeros after our 100, and that needs to go on our decimal point. Let's have a look at this next one then. Here we've started off with our decimal. So we know that we've got 0.33. We've got 3/10 and 3/100. So the last number's in the hundredths column, so we know that as a fraction, it's 33 out of 100. 33 out of 100 as a percentage is 33%. Okay, so it's nice and simple when the denominator is 100. However, when the denominator is not 100, we need to convert it, just like we did last week to some fractions. We need to convert it to make it 100. Okay, so you can see on this, let me just highlight it so you can just see it a little bit better. You can see on this question here, we started off with 4/5. Now I can't get a percentage out of 4/5. because my denominator is not 100. So to get from 5 to 100, I need to times by 20. Whatever we do to the bottom, we do to the top. So 4 times 20 is 80. So I've got my fraction now out of 100. So I can fill in my decimal, my percentage, sorry. So it would be 80%. Now I can get rid of that 0 there and that 0 there, which would give us 8/10, which as a fraction, as a decimal, would be 0.8. Okay, because remember we don't usually have a 0 as the last number on a decimal number, so we can get rid of that 0 just like we've cancelled each of those zeros out. Okay, 80% is still true because it's 80 out of 100. Okay, so it's not gone down, it hasn't gone down to 8% because that would be 8 out of 100. Okay, it's still 80 out of 100. Okay then, so here we have got convert 9% and 0.3 into fractions, decimals and percentages. So let's start off with 9%. We've already got that as a percentage. So as a fraction, that's going to be 9/100ths. And as a decimal, that's going to be 0.09 because we have got 9/100ths. Not 9/10, it wouldn't be 0.09. Sorry, it wouldn't be 0.9 because that's just 9/10, and that is not our fraction. Our fraction is 9/100ths. Okay, so we've converted 9% into fractions and decimal. So let's now do 0.3. So 0.3 is 3/10. That's what that is showing. Okay. Now to get that to 100ths, we need to multiply the 10 by 10. So the 3 by 10, which is 30 out of 100. Okay. So then I will be able to get my percentage as 30%. Okay. So there you got your percentage with your fractions along with the decimal. Okay then, so today's task is you are going to be completing equivalent fractions, decimals and percentages. Okay, so always remember that your fraction has got to have 100 as the denominator before you can match any percentages up. If it hasn't got 100 as your denominator, then you need to convert it to 100. Okay, so pause this video here for me while you complete today's tasks, and then come back when you are ready to do problem solving and reasoning. So problem solving and reasoning today then, we have got Ethan scored 62.5% on his science test. Felix got 7/8 of his answers correct. Jaden expresses her result as a decimal, which is 0.75. Who scored the highest? Show your working. Okay, so I think it's easier to work in percentages. So I'm going to keep that percentage there. So I'm not going to do anything to that one. I'm going to move on to this one first because I think this one's a little bit easier. Now, 0.75 as a fraction would be 75/100ths, which equals 75%. So straight away, we've worked out that Ethan has got 62.5% and Jaden has 75%. So let's have a look now at how we can get a percentage from Felix's score. Now we need to make that 8, that denominator, we need to make that out of 100. So how can we do that? Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to use last week's lesson to help us. Now last week we used short division to find the decimal. So I am going to do short division. So let me just set everything up. Oops. There we go. So 7 is going to go inside. So I know straight away that I'm going to put my decimal point in. So that's going to go carrying up. Okay. How many 8s go into 7? So we know that that is 0. Okay. Put another 0. How many 8s go into 70? Now, we'll just carry that 7 across because we can't forget about it. How many 8s go into 70? So that would be 7 8s are 56. We know that 8 10s are 80, so that's a bit too high. So let's go to 7. Oh no, that's still a bit too high. So we've got to go to 8 8s, which are 64. So that would go in here, so 8 times. Put my 0 again. And carry 8 times 8 is 64. We've got 70. So that is 6 left over. How many 8s go into 60? So that would be 7, because 7 8s are 56. Still got some left over though, so put another 0. We need 4 more. So our 4s are remainder, carry the 4. How many 8s into 40? And that would be 5. So 7 8s as a decimal is 0.875. Now to make that a percentage, I need to multiply it by 100 because percentage is out of 100. So I need to make that number 100 times bigger. So we know how to add. So what we're going to do, we know how to times 100. We're going to move it 2 places because we've got 2 zeros. To the left, it's going to get bigger. Start off with my 5, 1, 2. So my 5 is going to go there. 7, 1, 2. My 7 is going to go there. And the 8, 1, 2. My 8 is going to go there. Got to remember to keep my decimal point. So 87.5 would be my new number. Just make that a bit bigger. Would be my new number. Okay. So 87.5 is the same as 87.5 out of 100. So with that knowledge, I can then get my percentage is 87.5%. So let's put that next to Felix, which is there. So Ethan, 62.5. Felix, 87.5. Jaden, 75%. Who scored the highest? So the highest would be Felix, okay? And where it says show your working, that would be all of your working. Okay, let's have a look at this next one then. Jackson says, if I eat 7 8ths of my birthday cake, there will be 0.25 left or 25% left, okay? So if Jackson eats 7 8ths, we know that for this whole cake, 8 8ths would equal 1 whole, okay? So if we split that up, and we can see that 1/8, so he would eat, there would be 1/8 remaining, yeah? If he's eaten 7 8ths, 8 8ths equals a whole, 1/8 would be left. So let's turn that into a decimal using short division. So remember, it's 1 divided by 8. So 1 is going to go inside my bus stop method. 8 is going to go on the outside. I'm going to draw my line. And here. Okay, I'm going to put in decimal place straight away. Decimal point, sorry, so we don't get confused. There we go. I know for a start it's going to be 0 because 8 doesn't go into 1. So I need to carry my small 1 across to that 0. Just make it smaller. There we go. Carry that across. So 8 into 10. So 8, 16. Oh, it only goes 1 time. But we've got to put another 0 to continue. 8 times 1 is 8. We need 10. So we need 2. Carry 2. Just try and get a small 2. There we go. So now we're looking at 8 into 20. How many 8s go into 20? So 8, 16, 24. 24 is too big, so it goes 2 times. Put another 0 because I've got a remainder. 8 times 2 is 16. We need 20. So the remainder would be 4. we go. Carry that 4. 8 into 40 is going to be 5. So 0.125 would be the percentage of the cake that's left. Okay, so do I agree? No, I don't agree, because, and then I will show my working out. So this is my working out to find my decimal. Now to find out my percentage, I need to do 0.125 multiplied by 100, because remember 100 percentage means out of 100. So let's use my pen. I'm going to bring my decimal point down straight away. 5, move it 2 times, 1, 2, so my 5 is going to go there. Try and see if I can do it with a pen. Oh, that's very terrible. Let's try again with the 2. 1, 2. Oh, there we go. And then 1, 1, 2 would go there. So actually, the percentage is 12.5%. So he is incorrect. There would only be 12.5% left, or 0.125 left. Okay, a lot of working out for your problem solving and reasoning today, but please look back at this video to help you answer your questions. You have got problem solving and reasoning questions. So remember, only complete 3. So bronze, 1, 2 and 3, silver, 4, 5 and 6, and then gold, 7, 8 and 9. If you do need any help, please let us know and we will get back to you as soon as we can and help you out. Don't forget to upload your work to Dojo. We are really looking forward to seeing your work. Bye, Year 6.